An alliance of four. Finally here. Made it happen. Playing some Survivor. Things are looking good. So what do we do next? The unfortunate answer for myself is not too much. The mantra of don't do too much still looms largely over my head as far as how I play this. The most important thing, I think, is fostering the relationship that I have now with El, Jen, and Jose. They're not ever going to be Taste for me, clearly. That's not going to be at least what I want. So long as Taste is in the game, Taste is my person. It's a little short-sighted, though, to assume that Taste will just be here for the whole time. I can't know that. And even though we do have a final two, again, there are parallel paths of perception and parallel paths of process. So I might not have any say in that. We'll see. So I do need to start ingratiating myself and preparing for the potential outcome that maybe it'll be Jose, maybe it'll be El Jen, maybe it'll be someone else on the other tribe. But for right now, for here, solidifying this four is really important. I'm going to stay active in that chat, even if it's just for fun. But I don't think it would necessarily be a bad idea for maybe by the end of today for us to have a name. And maybe by the end of the next day after that, have a plan about how we're going to go after that name. I mean, we're operating under an assumption here, and that assumption is that we're looking at a double tribal. That both tribes are going, both tribes are voting. That may or may not happen. The thing is, even if it doesn't, there's still a 50-50 chance we lose. So that still means we go to tribal. So I would put our odds at ending up at a tribal on, Tuesday or maybe even Monday if they pull a fast one on us at like 80%, like at least. So we're probably going to go. And we should know what we're doing. So I need to practice what I was preaching earlier in that I don't want this to be my call, or at least I don't want it to feel like my call. I very much want to vote Chaos out at the moment. I think they're the smartest choice for a couple of reasons. Number one is that between him and Sally, it seems like Chaos is more likely to figure out the form ID clue, and we just don't need that. But it's thin. Either one of them is fine, but I want someone else to have a strong opinion about it, like really badly, so that I can just back them up and be like, yeah, let's do it, let's go for it. I also have to wonder if it makes a lot of sense for me to continue to work on Jose and Elgen individually. That sounds really cynical. I just want to talk more to them. Make sure that they're still good with stuff. I think that is ultimately a way a person feels really good in an alliance when Jose knows exactly where he's at. Elgen may or may not, but I'd like for them to know that I care about them individually, because I do. Not to the extent that I do about myself or Taste, especially in the game context, but I do care. So I'll probably be reaching out to them individually. And then if by the end of today we have our name and we know who we want, I think that puts us in a position to start putting out feelers and doing some work on Monday. The fear, by the way, is that we could, end up with a fast one and just end up straight at tribal. I just don't want to get blindsided like that. So we shall see. And I think that I will actually use that as a point for why we should be prepared on Monday. Because that's what happened in the Mafia Survivor. The tribes ended up going straight to tribal and having to figure it all out right there. So, it's a different dynamic because I think everyone could be voted for, but yeah, they're not going to do that to us this time. It'll be incredibly unfair, given as we have such numbers on the other tribe. But I wouldn't put anything past the producers. So we'll see. So I'm going to still try not to be overly ambitious in chat. I will cultivate my relationships with the people in my alliance, and at the end of today, hopefully we know who we want the boot to be. And that's where we're coming from on day 7 of Survivor.